Hello everyone, my name is Ashutosh Dwivedi and you are most welcome on my YouTube channel Ashu Official 2021. So today I'm going to talk about my spoken English journey. So I started my spoken English journey on 29th April 2020. So I'm about to complete my 4 years journey on 29th April 2024. So I'm really excited because I'm about to complete 4 years and journey has been fantastic. I learned a lot. Before 4 years, I was not able to speak in English. I was not comfortable introducing myself in English. But now at least I can introduce myself, I can interact with the people, I can express my thoughts. So I will tell you how I started my journey. So I started my journey when I was back to my hometown due to COVID-19. So I had like nothing to do apart from my classes, but classes were online, so I was not really interested in it and I was not taking classes in those days. So I thought of working on something which will give me a lot of benefits in my future. So I thought of working on my communication skills. So I searched on YouTube and I got an application that was Buddy Talk. So that was my first application where I started speaking to the people. So on first day of my journey, like 29th April, I downloaded that application and I started speaking to people. So what was the pattern on Buddy Talk? That you have to introduce yourself, then you have to tell about your family, your goal, and your hobbies. That's it. So it was not that much difficult like intermediate speakers or advanced speaker. It was for beginners who can introduce themselves or they can tell about their family. So same for me. But in beginning, it was difficult for me to introduce myself though, and when they somebody like used to ask some questions like what's up, how are you doing, I was not able to understand those questions. So it was difficult for me to understand and answer them, but literally I used to watch videos, and I started watching videos on YouTube. So it helped me to understand the meaning of those questions and I started answering them. So I used that Buddy Talk application for 15 days. Then I moved to another application that was Halo. So it was a nice application, I would say. A lot of features and functions were there, quite useful for the English learners. And I got opportunity to have conversation with few native speakers over there on Halo. So it was a great experience. And I interacted with people from all around the world, like most of the people from Indonesia, Philippines, Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and a few people from international, a few people from English speaking countries as well. So I spoke to 3 to 4 people, like one of them from USA or UK. So that's how I got the confidence that at least I can speak to them. I used to make a lot of mistake and I made a lot of mistakes while speaking to them, but I got the confidence that I would be able to speak to them in future. So then I came to know about, one person told me about WhatsApp groups. He introduced me to WhatsApp groups, that there were several WhatsApp groups in COVID-19 where people used to practice English. So I became the part of one and I started practicing there. And literally I became the member of more than 40 or 50 WhatsApp groups. So I was free, so I used to drop my number from morning to evening to do practice because I was quite enthusiastic and energetic to improve my spoken English. So that's how I started using all those WhatsApp groups, and it was great practicing there. Then I moved to another platform like Josh Mohan sir. He introduced me to Clubhouse. Clubhouse was new in that period of time. It is an international platform. It was good for me. There also I got a lot of people from English speaking countries, and I started speaking to people in group where I was able to put my point and where I was able to express myself. And that was a great journey on Clubhouse again. Then I came to know about few more applications like Be Great, Ace Fluency, and nowadays I'm using Speakify. Speakify is a nice application where you can do practice 30 minutes for free, but if you will go for that premium, that is also nice. So that is the thing, I started using all those platforms, and but sometimes it was very difficult to get sincere partners, but I was always consistent. And what I used to do, my formula was to focus more on speaking as much as I can. If I would listen for 1 hour and 2 hours, I would speak for 3 to 4 hours. That's what I was doing. Nowadays I don't speak a lot, but in beginning I used to do practice for 5 hours and 6 hours every day, because it is all about like your mouth muscles. If you wouldn't practice, it is not going to be fit in your mouth, your tongue, your lips. So you have to be comfortable with that language, and it can be only possible by speaking to people. So you can listen to the content as much as you can, and if you want to like understand the sound of the language, so listening is really important for anyone who would like to become better in English. And I used to practice a lot of things at the same point of time. Like I would speak in front of camera, sometimes I would speak in front of mirror, and I used to practice like tongue twisters. I used to take an article and read out loud so I can become better with my pronunciation or listening skills. So it is, all these things are really important. So I can't say like any one thing is important, but this is the mixture of everything, that if you should focus on all these things, but one thing you should take as an input and one thing you should take as an output. Like listening was input for me, and speaking was output for me. So I used to listen as much as I can to the good speakers. I started following in those days like Lucy, Bob the Canadian, Vanessa, Lingu Marina, Tiffany. I would follow all those teachers on YouTube, and I would try to learn all those things, that how to express all these situations in English. So that I used to watch videos, make notes, then I would practice on such platforms like Buddy Talk, Hollow, and what Be Angrage, Ace Fluency. So it is very important for you to listen to people and then try to express all those things. Whatever video you watch, try to narrate all those things to people who are interested to listen to you. So that will be really helpful for you. So in that way I learned my English, and I make mistakes, so don't be afraid of making mistakes. It's like it's very difficult. What I feel like being perfect is kind of really difficult. So for me, I believe in that nobody is perfect and nobody can be perfect, because this is language, but there is always room for improvement. If you practice every day, you can become better, because there are thousands of the words and the aspects of the language. You can be better every day. So still, after spending almost 4 years, I want to learn a lot from this language, and I'm sure that I'll be able to learn a lot by practicing to people, by speaking to people, by listening to content, reading English things. So those all things are really helpful. So it was all about today's video, and in future also I'll be telling details about my spoken English journey, what kind of things I used to do and what activities I used to do in past, which helped me to speak better English. So thank you so much. Many thanks to you guys.